To say to our local stations that this is ABC News continuing live coverage of the war with Iraq. And I'm Charles Gibson, back at ABC News headquarters in New York. We had contact there with Mike Serret, who was with the Marine Expeditionary Force that moved, as Mike said, into Iraq about 2.5 hours ago, across the border with Kuwait and moving at considerable speed. And Mike, if you've been in there 2.5 hours, moving at 20 miles an hour, is it safe to say that you're more than 40 miles inside Iraq, or can you say?
I cannot give you our location, and I couldn't give you that estimate. I would not say we've been able to maintain that speed throughout. I would say we're short of that. The main thing, though, is we got through. We breached the line, went through the concertina wire, and got through rather quickly, and did not get any opposition until just about 15 minutes ago.
All right, thanks very much, Mike Serret, and you come back to us anytime you can, because there's obviously an immediacy to what you're reporting, and we will be receptive to whatever you have to say over the coming hours. I want to turn to Lieutenant General Gregory Newbold, who is with us, obviously a former Marine, and when you hear Marines moving at that speed, I suspect it gladdens his heart a bit. Former Operations Director for the Joint Chiefs of Staff. General Newbold, it's the Marines first in.
Well, this is in accordance with the plan that CENTCOM developed some time ago. It is heartening for a couple of reasons. Peter and I visited that unit and Mike Serret. They've got a very ambitious plan, and they're prepared to do it. What Mike was talking about is movement, probably not in a straight line, through some difficult terrain over varying speeds, but you can count on them going all night long and either striking the Iraqis that pose a threat in front of them or going around them. And either way, this is going to be a dramatic show of force.
Now, Mike very properly said that he can't talk about his position, but moving at 20 miles an hour when you're in for 2.5 hours, that would indicate that they've made a pretty significant incursion in there, and I would suspect that the absolute premium is on speed.
You're exactly right, Charlie. The instructions to the First Marines is to move as fast as they can, to get as deep as they can, and to bypass the enemy and get around to their rear, threaten to cut them off. There are other Marine units doing the same thing on the flanks of Mike, and then I think you're going to see the 3rd Infantry Division with Ted Koppel doing a similar thing to the west. All
right, General Newbold, let me ask you to stand by. We were just talking to Mike Von Fremd in Kuwait City just a moment ago, and I understand, Mike, the sirens are going off again there.
Yeah, for 5 hours they had been silent right now, Charlie, and suddenly they've gone off again. And this time I've heard a couple of pops. I wouldn't quite call it a boom, but I can definitely hear a pop. I do not know quite what the sound was. But once again, I believe this is now the 7th time today. Sirens have gone off. I see some people to the side that are beginning to make their way down to a shelter.
Do you need to leave? Do you need to leave, Mike?
No, I'm making, no, I do not. I'm making the decision that this is now the 7th time this has happened. We're monitoring it very closely. I have my gas mask next to me. But we are some 40 miles from the border. I think things, we're gonna wait and watch the sky, and we'll make a decision on that.
When I was talking to Robin Roberts earlier in the day, who was also there with you in Kuwait City, she said there's a different series of sirens that sound. One of which says there is coming danger, one of which says there is imminent danger. And I must say, I don't have the sophisticated ear to tell the difference.
I can tell you the one that is going on right now means that there's imminent danger. When there's a constant tone, that'll mean that it's an all clear. So we've gotten 7 all clears today. This is the one that means imminent danger, Charlie.
All right. Well, then I would feel